Okay, so if first of all, if you, I'm sharing you the link here in the chat button where you can see that this link, if you see, everyone, we have the topics here. So for example, you can see the topics, all these topics. So first of all, we will be going through, this is the first topics today of the firewall. So we will discussing about fundamental things of security, fundamental things of why we need a security. Then we go through what are the firewall, why we need firewall, different, model of, different types of the firewall. And then also, some different model of the Palo Alto firewall. After that, there will be no more sessions. So today is just 40 minutes to 50 or 60 minutes, just a session of just I'm removing the dust actually. So it's not a practical today. However, from the next class, which is we are going to do on Saturday and Sunday, we will be seeing that there will be more practical. We will be logging into our Palo Alto firewall, and then we start configuring from the scratch, from the basics, management, and you can see we discuss about the architecture, data control plane, GUI environment, CLI as well, configurations, updating the Palo Alto firewall, sending logs, SNMP, DNS, and registering and licensing option. These are very, very important topics, especially nowadays, because licensings are very important for any firewall. Then after that, we will be actually configuring the firewall in point of view from the layer 2, layer 3. We discuss about the different interfaces. Then we also discuss about the LAN and LAN configuration, layer 2 configuration, port channeling where it's possible, sub interfaces, zones, security profiles, then interface management, service route, and virtual router as well. Also, we will be doing the static route, OSPF and BGP on the Palo Alto firewall. Along with that, we're discussing about the app ID, which is unique to the nowadays with the next generation firewall. Security policy configuration, policy administration, and the next, this is 2 days, but we will actually, doing in a different days. So then we do PAT, NET, static, antivirus, all these UTM features. These are called UTM feature, Universal Threat Management, antivirus, anti-spyware, vulnerability, URL filtering, file blocking, zone protection, and then users and their management as well. And most importantly, outbound SSL. Okay. Now, these are the topics we need to cover. And I know that time is really important. So please stay focused. How we would be approaching that for the training. Apart from today's session, the next session we will be doing on Saturday and Sunday, 7:30 onward until 10:30, Saturday and Sunday, inshallah, next Saturday and Sunday. And then you guys will be having, other 2-3 days, and the rest of the day you will be having the rack access. Stay at home, do the practice. We will provide you your diagram, your topologies, your task list, everything. From the scratch, you need to build your network, your own network, you need to configure it. The course has been designed in such a way, this is the 99.9% things you will be performing day to day in any environment of the Palo Alto firewall. Okay. Apart from that, because most likely you will be doing the work where there is a support role, or maybe there is a design or implementation kind of role where you're doing the day-to-day changes of the firewall, because implementation of the firewall initially, it may be done by one team and they are not touching it later on, and they hand it over to the you can say NOC team or support team, and where they're doing the day-to-day task actually. Right. Guys, are you okay with my, so far my speed? If I my speaking speed, is it okay? Sometime, occasionally, if I speak too fast, please interrupt me, speak, or message me in the chat window, because it might be possible that I ignore the fact that you guys are sitting on the other side. But I generally, I don't speak much faster, but I try to speak slowly wherever I can. But in case of any issue, please do let me know if somebody struggled to listen. Okay. Anybody has any question or any concern about so far? Okay. Some of you maybe know me. I can just introduce you myself. LinkedIn, if you go to my LinkedIn profile, I think you can see me that right now I think I am dual CCIE. I've been working with the, since 1999 in the IT. And then, yeah. And most of my experience is with the service provider network and routing and switching, but right now I'm working with, for the last 5 years, I've been working with the network security predominantly. So I am right now, you can see, for example, I have done CCIE, CCSA checkpoint, higher certification. I have done Palo Alto certification. This is Fortinet and the Juniper as well. So most likely, and F5, I haven't done anything. So you can see right now I'm working for AIG Insurance. Before that, I was working for Market. There is another company, financial company, and Sony. Okay, why it's not coming? Sony and NHS, BT, Sky, all these companies I used to work for. So I think just the people who do not know me at this tail level. All other guys, as please, wherever you are, I know most of you, but I think gradually, because we are all here as a part of the team, and we will start knowing each other as well. Okay. Right now, let's just start actually the training. And as I mentioned, that today training is only about just the introduction of ourselves, our environment, and our just the basics of security. Now, at this level, am I okay to ask you the question that how many guys are you have any idea what is network security? Do you have any idea? I mean, let me know. Okay. Okay, don't try to log into anywhere else, but you can ping it if you want to. But I mean, let's just focus on what we are here, why we are here. Okay, there is a lot of time for you. You can. I will give you the password, username and password, and you can log in later on from your home anytime. Right? Okay. So anybody who has some idea about network security and threats, for example, why we need firewall, what is firewall, things like that. Can anybody tell me, are you guys comfortable, or you have any knowledge, any idea? I just want to know actually. There is no harm actually discussing that. So please feel free to share with me that at what level you are. I just want to understand. Let me ask Ali, what do you think? Do you have any Cisco ASA firewall background? Have you worked on? No, okay, that's fine.
Any firewall experience.
That's okay. That's okay. Chaminda, how about you? I'm just asking one by one from the top to bottom. So Chaminda, how about you? Okay, Ibrahim.
Very little, really. I've kind of logged on. Well, I used to work for ISP company, and we had limited access in terms of we just logging on to them, seeing if there's been a failover.
Fine.
Basic, really.
Okay. Indica, any idea about Cisco firewall? What is firewall? Just anything. It's not a shame. Just we are all here sharing each other experience. So please feel free to, provide your input. If Indica is not speaking, I'm going to next level, or you can type in the chat window if you have some problems. Jamshed, how about you? I haven't heard anything from your side.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes, Jamshed, how are you?
Yes, I have basic knowledge about checkpoint, firewall, and ASA as well.
Oh, perfect. Excellent. Okay, thank you. KJ, I think he's covered. That's fine. Mazhar? Oh, you joined back? How are you, Mazhar? Mazhar, I just want to hear that you have any idea about firewall or you don't, and at what level you are. Any firewall experience?
Checkpoint firewalls, CCSA level.
Good, good.
I mean, I've worked with them probably for the past 10, 12 years. You know, when it was Firewall 1.
Oh, it's old time. Old time, yeah.
Yeah, old time.
Yeah,
Firewall 1 and then Firewall NG.
Okay, good.
NG, I mean, it started probably
Good.
Release 65 and currently 77.40.
Good. So you are in and off with the firewalling. I know. Are you still with NHS or where are you working right now?
Well, I was with the Ministry of Justice, but I've just come back to NHS because they're doing a WAN upgrade.
Okay. Right. Thank you. Thanks so much. Mohan, anything you would like to share or add? Anything you have experience? I just want to know the level of the guys we have. Class.
Yeah, I had a ASA firewall training. That's all I have. I never worked on the industry.
I never worked on it, but you have the basic idea of ASA firewall. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Parvez bhai, how about you?
Yes. I also worked on ASA and a little bit on the Palo Alto. I have gone through the ACE training, and I took the exam, and I have the certification of the Palo Alto as well.
Oh, well done. So you're already quite handy, Well done. That's good. Perfect. Okay. And Tam, would you like to share something? Tam's okay. Right, that's fine. I'm not familiar with firewall stuff, but just learning ASA. Okay, fine. Thank you very much. Okay, so guys, I think we are assuming that most of the guys, a mixed kind of people we are here. So I think let's just introduce ourselves about network and network security. And as a network security engineer, what we expect from at least some level of level of knowledge we should be having. Practical, yes, hands-on experience is also important, but we need to understand the theory behind the scene as well, because this is sometimes very important to troubleshoot the network. Okay, now let's just talk about why the network is created. So first of all, network most of the time is created for the business sake. For example, there is a solicitor, there are accountancy firm, there is a service provider, BT, NHS. All these companies, these small companies to big company, HSBC, these banks, they have different networks created for different types of requirements they have. They have, of course, why we create a network, of course, so it actually justifies the business need. But when we create a network, actually, the network when we create, we put ourselves, we build the infrastructure, we put routers, switches, firewalls, and server infrastructure. Nowadays, of course, clouds, we talk about cloud, we talk about, the storage as well. These are all infrastructure. But so the end goal is, of course, for network security point of view, when you create a network, you need to take care about the data protection, data restriction, the data protection as well. So now today challenges are acceptable. As you can see, today challenge is to find an acceptable level between the two. No security means easy access, but it is too risky. So when the network is quite open, when you have just a router and your internal network or the external network, for example, if just I give you an example, at every household in the UK and wherever there is an internet, there is a network anyway. You have internal PC, laptop, tablets, computers, they are already connected to your wireless. And also you can browse the internet on the other side as well. So network is but if the network is too open for you, of course there is a risk. And what is the risk level? Of course, there is every other day nowadays it is very, very common. The cyber attacks we are talking about. Sony has been hacked. I think Yahoo has been hacked. eBay has been hacked. TalkTalk has a problem. I think they lost million of customer just without not just the money, but million of customer. And most importantly, when you have these kind of cyber attacks, what the most important thing, which is actually on the stake, is a reputation. Because if the eBay account has been hacked for someone, millions of users, their username, their password, their credit card, their bank detail has been hacked and gone to somebody else, what normally they can do, they can sell to somebody else, or maybe they ask some money or ransom in return to not sharing your details publicly. Okay, so of course these are the very different challenges are nowadays in the network. That is why I think they are saying that in the next coming 2 to 3 years, there is a big challenges for network security engineer, as well as there is a huge shortage for network cybersecurity as well as network engineer as well. Okay, so this is the right time if you come into the network security, I can tell you. Okay, because there are growing number of attacks, growing numbers of issue for cybersecurity, a lot of issue. Companies are still using old equipment, but the issue is challenges. It is not easy to replace them overnight. Okay, I think recently in Bangladesh there was a bank has been had a problem. They have stolen the money by logging into their devices, and the reason they found because the equipment was too old or like it's expired equipment. Okay, so these are the simple challenges we have. Too many security. Otherwise, if you put a lot of security inside your network, then the problem is, yes, you have minimized the risk actually, but the other side, the drawback is the too much security mean it is you have some other issues. So in the next slides, if you see that, if you came across this kind of triangle, what does it mean by triangle? If you see in the triangle, okay, if I put the ball somewhere here, what does it mean? It's mean that I am far away from functionality and I am far away from the ease of use, which means if my network is too secure, it's mean it is not easy to use and we are far away from the functionality. Right? So this means that as a network security engineer, whenever you will be going in the job environment, when you are thinking to secure some network, secure some data, what is the issue? You need to think about it. This ball especially has to be placed. We need to place this ball somewhere in the middle where you are not far away from security, you are not far away from the ease of use, you're not far away from functionality. For example, if your manager need to access, dial a number outside from his desk to maybe America or some other country, if he dial every time he need to dial, he need to type the 20-digit password to dial out. It's mean that this is quite irritating for him because he's making 10 to 20 calls every day, and every time he make a call from the UK to USA or maybe in Canada or outside the UK, he need to dial 20-digit number. Yes, the security is there, but it is not easy to use the network. Now you put a lot of highest level of security, so only the authorized people can use the call, can use the phone when they need to dial outside the network. It will minimize your, you can say the bill, but on the other side, it is not easy to use. So you have to balance something. When you, for example, you are putting access list in your network, I'm sure everybody is aware of the access list in your network. You need to think on the other side as well, what is the drawback? If you say deny everything, or you are saying permitting everything, what is the balance? Okay, so these, as a network security engineer, you need to put the ball somewhere in the middle or close to somewhere, where you are not far away from functionality and ease of use and from the security. If I put the ball is too easy to use somewhere here, it's mean that I'm far away from security, I'm far away from functionality. Clear, guys? Any question at this stage? Okay. Good, thank you, Tam. Now, as a network security engineer, what are the network security, what are the goal actually? Okay, so we call a terms which is called as a, you can say, we call it as a CIA. It's not agency, but it is something else. As you can see, this is called confidentiality, integrity, availability. Okay, so the goal is when you create a network and you want to achieve the security, you need to achieve 3 things minimum. Okay, confidentiality, integrity, and availability. If you achieve these things, it means that your network is secure. Yes, it is not possible yet you can 100% secure your network. However, you can minimize the risk as well. Okay, nobody can claim that his network is 100% secure, but what you can do, you can minimize the risk on the other side. For example, in your house, if you don't have a protection alarms, you don't have a lock system, proper lock system, it means that, intruder can come in. On it, if you have at least alarm in your house, somebody try to break in your house, at least neighbor can hear it. Some security company, they can give you, okay, we can put your alarm in such way that if somebody try to intrude into your house, we can get an alarm and the security guard can be in your house within 5 to 10 minutes. So there are different levels of security. It depends how much you pay, what is your need, what are the weaknesses in the network. So these are all the security challenges you have in the network. But let's come to the point of confidentiality. What do you mean by confidentiality? Anybody would like to share anything? Give me some hint. What do you mean? What do you think about confidentiality? Yes, guys. Anybody? Please feel free to share with us because we are here. I don't want that you sit silently and not participating in the class. So please feel free to talk whenever I'm asking you. It doesn't matter, it's right or wrong, but at least please share something. Anybody would like to say anything about what do you mean by confidentiality? Guys, nobody? Maz, do you think? Maz is gone, okay.
I would say it's personal information, things like your date of birth, your name, your address, or it could also mean information that's relevant or important for the company.
Yeah, so confidentially. So in a day to let's take an example of day to day. Like for example, you tell your friend, okay, I'm telling you a very secret information about somebody. I have this kind of plan in the next coming month. So, but please do not share this information to someone. Okay. So what you're trying to say that it is very important information. I will disclose the information when the times come, for example, or it is very important information for someone. I'm not going to disclose it. So that is kind of confidentiality you want. Some of the top secret, for example, the government at the government level, the agency level, or when there is a meeting happen between army personnel and the political person, they always discuss different things. So these are the things not to be disclosed outside. So these are the informations are confidential, or we can say top secret files, which mean not for the public openly. This is not open for the public. So what do you mean actually? Only trusted member can see that. Thank you very much, Thams. So Thams, Visa. So in another sense, what we can say, if I am sitting here and I'm transferring, in the middle of this, as there is a cloud, I can say, like this, this is a cloud for me, and I have a cloud, and I'm sitting here, this is me, and I am sending, and I'm sending maybe Tam, okay? So I'm sending Tam, let's say I'm sending Tam $100, 100 pounds actually. Okay. And on the other side, you are receiving 100 pounds into your accounts. But if somebody sitting in the middle here and he can see the observation, he can see what is going on here, it's mean that from here, he's watching what's going on. He is transferring $100 here. But if this information, if somebody is visible on the internet, it's mean that he is not achieving the confidentiality, right? So you can take this an example when you do the bank transfer day to day. If somebody see on the internet, okay, you are transferring $100, 100 pounds or 200, 1,000 pounds to maybe I'm transferring to Ibrahim, and somebody on my house, if he has some kind of tool installed on the network and he is watching this information, he can know that I'm transferring 100 pounds to 100 pounds to another side. Okay, it's mean that I'm not achieving confidentiality. So somebody in the middle, he can easily see these information, it means the confidentiality has been compromised in that situation. Okay, that's clear. Now let's talk about the we can talk about the integrity. The data should not be tampered, right? So data should not be tampered. What does it mean by? Guys, how we can explain this? So previously you were transferring $100 or £100 to between me and maybe Thames, but now in the middle Ali comes in and he changed the last digit and put one extra digit. Now it's mean the data has been tampered from 100 to 1000. So my intentions were to transfer only £100, but on the other side, when Ibrahim or maybe Thames receiving that money into account, it means that the data has been tampered now. It means the integrity has been compromised. Or another way, you can take another example that if you say someone, okay, you are a liar or you are a cheater, it means if he is not a cheater, if he's not a liar, then it means you are compromising, you are actually pointing on a finger, and you are actually, his integrity has been compromised. Okay, maybe every other day we see in the newspaper, this celebrity or this celebrity has said to this, or this politician has said this, another politician, a different kind of, comments, something like that. And maybe they are taking them into the, in the court where they actually, suing them, or you're telling the court that I am not, and they need to prove that my integrity has been compromised. Okay, so confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Of course, the data should be accessible whenever it's needed. It doesn't mean that if you I saved my file on my computer, and tomorrow when I log in, that the file has been deleted by someone. Okay, so we need to make sure when we secure, when the network security point of comes in, these are the three goals you must achieve: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. This is called a CIA. So if you go for an interview and they ask you for network security point of view, tell me what is CIA. Do not tell them this is a US spy agency. Tell them this is mean confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Okay. I would like you to, later on, you can do some research and prepare your own example and then further read into that. Because of course, these are related to maybe networks, CompTIA security or CCNA security. If somebody would like to do CCNA security, that's a different badge we already started. But that is a different point. But this is not our main topic. Okay. Also, along with that, what is this? These three things are from the network security point of view, but along with that, nowadays, this is also very important. Okay. I can give you an example. If somebody intrude into your house, let's say intruder come into your house and he tried to steal the things from your house and you don't have any camera. And when the police comes in and you say, okay, my 1,000 pound or 10,000 pound has been compromised. Somebody has stolen it. But if they said, okay, give us the proof. Give us the proof. Maybe internally somebody has stolen this money. Okay. So if you have a camera and he captured that, okay, this person came at that certain time, this is his picture, this is his face, and that it's mean that when that person has been captured by the police, he cannot deny, because now you have a proof in terms of video, in terms of voice, in terms of that he's stealing the money. Clear? So non-repudiation mean when somebody does something, he should not be able to deny that he has not done it. Another example you can take, if I have written a check of 200 pound for Ali and I said, okay, I give it to Ali, and tomorrow when Ali going to cash it, and after the next couple of days when I came to know, okay, Ali has cashed the check, and I go to bank and I say, oh, no, sorry, I have not given any check to Ali. But bank will say, look, this is your check, this is your signature, you can't deny. Right? So this is the non-repudiation you need to also achieve along with the security, CIA, confidentiality, integrity, and also availability. So you also need to make sure that your network is designed in the security point of view that non-repudiation should be there, which means is ensuring that somebody cannot deny, so something typically non-repudiation refer to the availability to ensure that the party to contract or communication cannot be denied the authenticity of their signature on the document sending the message. So simply, I gave you two examples. One is for check and one is for, I think, when somebody intruded in your house. I hope you understand. Any questions so far from this CIA or non-repudiation, guys? I would like to say some questions. If no, please feel free to type in no, or if you have any question, please speak or ask any question. Good, thank you, Ibrahim. So, look like everybody is clear so far. Okay, and I think non-repudiation, there is another example, the third example, as you can see in the picture, in the courtroom, when you go in the courtroom, one side is, there is one party and the other side another party, and there's a guy typing something, what is going on between two party and he typing. So what are you trying to achieve? That tomorrow or day after tomorrow, nobody can deny that they have not said something. So they are taking the notes of your meetings. It's like minutes of MOM or like moments of the meetings. Okay. So 3 examples. So goal of the security, guys, confidentiality, integrity, availability, and non-repudiation. These are the goal of the security. But at least if you know these 3, it is fine. Now next come to the point. This is a very old saying by somebody. Knowing your enemy and know yourself, and you can fight a better 100 battles without a disaster. Which means if you don't know what is your weak point and what are your strong point, until you don't know, you cannot secure a network or you cannot secure your country. For example, there is an old saying that if America would know that Japan has an atom bomb, they would never throw the atom bomb to the Japan. The reason is because they knew this is the weakness they have. Okay, so if you want to secure the network, yes, and these are the goals you have set for your network, and you want to secure the network, you also need to know where the enemy comes in. Okay, if you ask for some good company to secure your house, they will come into your house, they will check the window, they will check the door, and they will suggest you where you need to put the camera, where you need to put the alarms, how you can secure your house based on your based on your whole house design and everything. Okay, I'm sure you know that. So which means that actually you need to know the network attacks. I'm not going to give you the network attacks actually. This is your next assignment, because this is not the topics we are going to say, but as a network security engineer, you must know at least attacks. So these are your tasks. You need to go and do the research yourself. Network-based attacks. Nowadays, there are many attacks. There's a DOS attack, there's a Smurf attack, spoofing attacks. I'm not going into the details because this is out of scope of our topics. However, this is a homework for you, you can say, or a project for you. Please feel free to, there are many videos on YouTube about network attacks, latest network attacks, cyber security. These are the things. At least watch 1 or 2 videos. If somebody does not have it, please let me know. I can share in the group. Okay. So please make sure you know at least 2 or 3 or 4 attacks. Okay. So, and it is very important, because tomorrow, if you start working in an environment and you don't know about the network attack, and they're talking about DOS attack, they're talking about spoofing, they're talking about Smurf attacks and things like that, or maybe SQL injection as well. So please make sure you know these things very, very well. And at least I think especially these are the ones. Okay, SQL injection. These are the also latest attacks nowadays. Okay, recently this attack has been happened to with the TalkTalk. Okay, the service providers. So I'm sure you're okay with these research. Now let's come to the point. This is our main topics. After this discussion so far what we have discussed actually, if you can go back, we have discussed about the network, why we need a network security. When we talk about security, make sure the network is not the ball of this triangle must be, keep in mind that how we can network secure the network, making sure putting the ball in the right corner, so where you can have security as well as ease of use, and you are not compromising for the functionality. After that, we discuss about the network security goals, and the goals are of course confidentiality, integrity, and availability. And the fourth one, Non-repetitions. Okay. Now, very importantly, coming back to what is a firewall, and most importantly, I gave you this task. Please feel free to do some research, watch some videos on the YouTubes or somewhere else. If you don't have a video, let me know. I can provide you any other videos. But I think there are bundles of videos stuck outside. Please feel free to watch them. If somebody's still struggling, please let me know. We can arrange it. Okay, now let's coming back to the, because of course the course is about the Palo Alto firewall. That's why we need to discuss about what is a firewall. Okay, please share your thought at the moment. What do you think, what is a firewall? Yes, this definition is, you can say, more technical, but I would like to hear in a layman language, like an ordinary person. Let's say you want to teach somebody who's a very basic person who has just introduced into the networking. He does not know firewall. So you just want to explain to him what is a firewall. So please feel free to guys share your thoughts. Okay, Ali said it blocks unwanted packet into the network. Thank you, Ali. Anybody else, guys? Anybody else like to share his thoughts? Guys, I want more input. I don't want that somebody sitting in the class and they are silent. So, you know, it's really irritate me. And I think I want the maximum input from you guys. So please feel free to share. Yeah, control entry. Thank you, Mohan. Thank you. So so far we got two definition. It block unwanted packet entering into the network, and also it control the entry. Okay. Anybody else, guys? I think quite good so far. I think this is at most network terms, but let me give you a couple of examples. So first, defense against the unauthorized access. Thank you, Chaminda. Thank you very much. I think it's good. You know, I want more participatory. At least you guys are, you know, not sleeping. That's what I want to make sure. Now, let's come back to the firewalls. Of course, a firewall. If you talk about just a fire and wall, there is a wall which is protecting. If there is a fire in one side of the network, it is not allowing that the fire must be spread going into the other side of the network. So that's generally, if you think about a fire and a wall, actually you are building a wall. I think most of you guys come from, I believe, at least a network background. So guys, there is a question for you. I bought a 3700 switch, brand new. Tell me how many broadcast domain and how many collision domains I have. But before that, you answer, I want you to just to tell you, let's say this switch has 4 ports. Okay. So let's just repeat the CCNA couple of topics. Okay. What 4? Ibrahim, what do you mean by 4? Guys, anybody like to speak on the mic? Excellent. So Chaminda said we have 1 broadcast domain, and 4. Excellent. Well done. Okay, guys. So now we have 1 broadcast domain, which means if there is a PC here, and there is a PC here, and there is a PC here, and there is a PC here, if the broadcast message comes in from this side of the network, it will go here, it will be going here, it will be going here as well. Okay. Now tell me the solution where I can create more broadcast domain. Guys, excellent. Ali, thank you very much. Ali said we create more VLANs. So by default, when you buy a new switch, Cisco, which VLAN is by default on the switch? Excellent, VLAN 1. So it's mean all the ports are in the VLAN 1. Now, what we done actually later on, we chop the firewall into 4 different broadcast domain, which means we have now VLAN 1, maybe 2, 3. So by default, now tell me what we achieved here. We achieved security. Now we also achieve broadcast domain. Now here we can say it's 4 broadcast domain now. So 4 broadcast domain, 4 collision domain, because now we have partitioned the switch in such way that by default the traffic from VLAN 1 cannot go to VLAN 2. Is it right, sir? Is it right? Good, thank you, Ali. So now it's mean the traffic by default. No, Thames, you're not right. Trunk is not truncated, but it's not right. So this means that traffic from VLAN 1 cannot pass the boundary of the VLAN 2. If any broadcast message comes in here, it can only stay here. That's it. You know, it's not going somewhere else. It's only broadcast message will be staying here. It is not crossing the boundary of VLAN 2, 3, or 4. Yes, thank you, Thames. Yeah. So that's how the normally switch behaves, and this is how we learn from the CCNA level at least, that when we have one broadcast domain, we can divide into multiple broadcasts. So similar concept, if we put this concept into the firewall, actually, what the firewall is doing here on the other side. So let's say we have a boundary here. We normally, let's say we have a router here. So we buy a router, and then we have this network and this network, and this is our cloud. This is our internet, and this is our LAN. And this is, we have a lot of PCs are here. Let's say I can say my PC is and these are the PCs. Sorry guys, my drawing is not very good. Okay, so now we can see this is a clearly open network. Here we have internet, here we have Amazon, eBay, you know. So we have all these company outside, and here in the LAN side, what happened now, this network is quite open. Anybody can go outside and they come back as well in the network. So the traffic is flowing this way. Okay, now the traffic is open now. It means the LAN boundary is here and the WAN boundary is here. Clear? So now the traffic is passing, going on the internet and coming back as well. Okay, so this was, you can see in the routing level at the layer 3, the traffic is passing very, very, you know, fluently. There is no issue. Okay, but you can see this network is quite open. Now, if you see let's just not talk about the firewall, and then we apply this example over there. So in the firewall point of view, you can see the system is designed to prevent unauthorized access to and from the internal network. Now what we did, we put a firewall in the middle and we create a boundary. Okay, and the example you can take simply this way. Let's say you have an office, and in this office, there is no security guard before. And it's like this. That network is quite open. No, anybody can go outside and anybody can come inside as well in your network. So in a situation where you have no security guard, you don't need to sign any name, the person you are going to meet, why you're going to see. There is no information. You don't need to put this kind of information. But later on, you actually requested a security guard, a security from the security company. Now anybody who's coming inside your network or inside the building, he need to sign in his name, the time, the entry point and the exit point, who is going to see, which department he works for. And whenever he go outside, he need to come back and he need to maybe sign in again. So these kind of information he need to put. So which network is more secure, guys? The building which is with the security guard, or with the building without security guard? Yes? Anybody?
Obviously,
with the guard.
security
Of course, obviously with the guard. So that's why you can see when the network is quite open, the routing is there, but if you put a firewall in the middle of the network, now you have a more control. You can see who is coming. Now you can achieve the goal of the network security, which is confidentiality, integrity, availability, and non-repudiation as well. Clear? So that's coming back to the firewalls. So what is a firewall? As you can see this example, for example, from the internet, all kind of traffic is coming for port TCP to 80, 23, 21. But in the firewall, we only allow passing the port 80. Now we can see we have restrictions. Okay. For example, on the firewall, we can say this network was like this before. But now if you see this firewall, when you introduce a firewall in the middle of the network, what happened previously, port 80 was open, port 23 was open, anybody come from the internet, they are doing everything to this server, but now with inventing of the firewall, the port 80 has been blocked, only allowed, and the rest of the traffic has been denied. How we can do this, guys? Anybody know that? I think at the CCNA level. My question is only at the CCNA level. Yes, sir. With the introduction of access list. Well done. Thank you, Ali. And Chaminda, thank you very much. So with the introduction of access list, what we can say, okay, permit 80 and drop, and then rest of the traffic is denied for you. So this is now we are actually introducing a firewall, or we are actually buying the services of the security guard in our network. Now, let's discuss, this is most important things, type of the firewall. I think before we can go ahead, let's take a break of 5 minutes here. I need to grab a water, and you guys can also, take a breath of maximum another maybe 5 to 10 minutes, 10 minutes or 5 minutes, guys. Can we join back at 2010? Maybe we need to spend another, 10 minutes. Okay, guys. I think 10 minutes is fine. Another 20 minutes, I think we will be able to finish within 10:30 maximum. Yeah? Okay? Sure.